All right. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Vonta here, back on some more Ace Attorney. I know I couldn't do this last week. I missed a lot of my weekly streams, and I have to apologize for that. Because I missed this one because I was kind of sick and I couldn't talk because this game required me to do a lot of talking, and I just was not ready for that. But we're doing it now. All right. So that's, I'm not just abandoning the game. Hang on a second. Okay, my audio's good. But, yeah. I know when we last left off, we found, like, these doppelgangers of Mia and Maya. And Lady is just swearing up and down she killed a man. And I don't think she did it, but for some reason she's saying she did it. She is just like, oh yeah, it was me. So we're going to figure out what's going on with all that. But before we get started, 3 links in the description down below that I always want you to go check out. There's my brother's channel. Go check him out, show him some love. There's a Discord running. There's a little community you'll go to. You can join and talk to us, and you can suggest games you want to play. Just make sure you're more part of the stream, part of the channel, part of the fun. And you can suggest games like this was a suggested game, and so was, where's it at? This, which I will be playing right after I'm done with this stream. So, yeah, there's all that. And then there's a link for donations if you want to support the channel that way. And with all that being said, you could leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can join us in this and many other awesome adventures. Now, let's get right into this. After I put the title on YouTube. There we go. Alright, how did the investigation go, yesterday, Mr. Wright? Long time no see. Yes, I agree. I was wondering about you the other day, actually. Frankie. One Piece. Good. Okay, there we go. Yeah, frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter the what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? The defense attorney should never believe their client. What is up with her? A defense attorney should absolutely believe their client. Like I said, there's like this movie I watched about this man who was going down. I don't even remember what he was trying to go, but about to go down for. But his defense attorneys that were coming up to him, they asked him, "We will defend you, but we just gotta ask you first. Did you actually commit this crime?" Because they didn't want to help somebody who was guilty. The defendants cross the trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing, and you're supposed to defend them. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you are wrong. You remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her, and that is you're not a defense attorney. Ooh, he just told you to stay in your lane. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Faye helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. Well, I feel like I'm gonna mess this one up badly. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. I swear. I always tell myself I can do a stream without having my fan on. I sit down, I'm cool, but then when I start, it just gets hot. Like, I don't get it. I literally turned the fan off because I felt like I was alright. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Fan is always on. See, I'm trying not to have a fan always on. I mean, I did just clean this thing, but like, you know, I heard it's like you can have negative effects for like always having a fan on. But hell, I had one fan. I literally left that damn thing on for like 3 years and it just burned out. I love that fan. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Okay. Edgeworth? Been 2 months, but I haven't been in the courtroom since his trial. I hope that person... Wait. Yeah. I hope the personal feelings will not be part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. Is he from the USA? You mean Edgeworth? Or Miles? I said Edgeworth or Miles. Oh my god. Phoenix or Edgeworth? How would you... Edgeworth and Miles. I would choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rationally committed in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow. He's much more forceful in person. Why are you here? Like, why are you with me? I suddenly feel like confessing everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. Jesus Christ. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the first witness, Miss Angel Stars, to the stand. The cough-up queen? Haven't I seen you somewhere? What is that? What is she offering? Oh, caviar. You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Caviar in what? Is that like in a potato? Or is that just a wood block to present it? I can't... What the fuck is that? I can't tell what that is. Maybe it's bread. It's gotta be bread. Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. Me personally, I don't think I ever will. The concept of a fish egg just seems off-putting to me. That food looks good, bro. I swear, anime food always looks like kind of good. Like, oh my god. Dare I pull up a clip? Like I said, I like doing this. Hang on a second. Let me find something that's not shorts. Like, oh my god, everybody's putting everything in shorts. I just want a video. This is exactly what I was looking for. Hold up. Like, I'm not gonna play it with sound because I just don't feel like going through that little menu. But this right here, like, I love this. Just like the detail they put in all this. I love when anime has cooking scenes. Anyways, yeah, let's get back to the book. Alright. The judge is really wolfing it down. Did he really just start eating in the middle of a court session? Like, bro. What's that? If you have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks? Will the witness state her name and profession? You, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's just rice with seeds. It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Thank you, lady. How can she do this? Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? That's why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca even taste like? Name, profession, now. Thank you. I'm sick of her shit. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I found myself running a lunch lab these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. I'm sorry. Like, what do you mean? Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective? I'm not doing that. I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I'm gonna have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up the prosecutor's spaces, yes? The cars are placed by a car in the back of A block in the trunk, the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. I'm a yawning so much. I know why I went to bed at like 3 in the morning. It's either some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have of remaining? Jesus Christ. If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Did he just pick a side? Wait, are they talking about me? Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. That first part she said was a little suspicious already. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Oh damn. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she stuck the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Gisborne's chest. Why are my words like mumbling? Can't. I'm not good at speaking like this. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed at Detective Goodman. So how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. I mean, I know we're gonna press everything, but I definitely gotta press this first part she said. Somehow I always knew that I did like that to come. What do you mean by that? How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Abhorrent. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Oh, they're used to. Oh my god. Okay, right. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Let's start. Do you have something personal against prosecutors? I feel like I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired? To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. That's not unbiased. This boyfriend, he's a detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. Okay, wow. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, the other boyfriend. Care to join? Whoa. The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. I know some people who would like willingly go for that. I'm good. Note to self, the judge has to think before applying. The security guard room was in the lot in A block. I mean, that's true. Well, isn't it like kind of upstairs though? Okay, yeah. It's up on the second level so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. When I sensed... Okay, I don't have to read that again. Did you sense something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like... How would you say... Oh, yes. It was like the feeling you get when if you have pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Either, Judge. Think of a detective's intuition. Wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, and he was like a young cheese. A young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with the experience of the streets. A greenhorn. That must be hard, yellow, and sharp as a tack. Okay. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. By garage car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife The knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you sure it was the defendant? I saw him from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. She's telling the truth. We're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you were a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chew on the inside. She is making open threats in court. Judge, do something about that. That was inspiring. This is the most useless character. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? Took this? Oh yeah, she's cooked. The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with the camera. I suppose it's more exciting than hanging around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. That's... Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Skye. That's gonna be hard to... I mean... So, what's the defendant doing at this time? The chief prosecutor was holding that knife in her right hand. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Pittman's chest. Now wait a second. Do we have an autopsy report somewhere? Now let's see. Yes, that's chest wound. To the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to the strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. You can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Mr. Arcetone is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, after her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Alright, so let's see. What could we possibly present to argue anything that she said? This is an irrelevant conversation. Ezra cut himself peeling an apple. Ezra doing good knife like this anyways. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Between 4 and 5:30, and Edgeworth pulled in at 5. That's not gonna help me much, because that's all right time. Okay. Press this again. Okay. So if she was in B block, wouldn't there have been a fence in this photograph? Damn it, there is a fence. Oh my god. God, I don't know what to... Do I use the photo where she says that she... There's no knife here. Wait. Okay, the phone says that she made a call at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Edgeworth got there at 5:12. If she apprehended her immediately, she would have been able to make a phone call. Please be right.
Objection!
This evidence clearly reveals the conscious... nope, I'm wrong. What the hell?
Objection!
Okay. See, I was thinking about that one, but I didn't do it because I thought, oh, she was like, oh, I took the picture after the kill was committed. Okay, yeah. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear to my finest salmon swirl lunch. I want to see that, but I can't because the words are in the way. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. I love salmon. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Every time I do it, it makes me laugh. Anyways. Oh, hang on a second. Something's... Okay. This is the photograph you took the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That has to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. A little in-game joke, I like it. Yet it was still stronger than your very feeble, blah. It was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. Why are you throwing shots now? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. See, that's why I didn't want to call this evidence out.
Objection!
And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the prosecutor's coat? But this photo's in black and white. But it's, yeah, but it's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Could be. Very well, Mr. Wright. I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to sit there and take this kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Wait. I pressed X and I didn't see that there was an option because I thought it was just going to the next dialogue. But wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, since that was slightly unclear, my apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering a jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I hadn't had time to stop her. You said you apprehended her. Oh, you didn't have time to stop her from stabbing. Okay, yeah. Prosecutor's side was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was premeditated murder.
Objection!
Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's lunch hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Such a glove made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? She could be a germaphobe. If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. I see people wear gloves, you know. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder. A serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. What is playing the rubber gloves prove it? No. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves?
Objection!
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves, the kind used by... Oh my god. Of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to a crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one could make. Everything was planned, and it was a premeditated crime. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She got them thinking it was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. Gotta think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only... Okay, I know. Thank you. You said that before. Anything else? So... I've got nothing. Metal plate. And as the previous recipients engraved. Okay, so it's nothing to do with this. No prints. Why is this evidence, like, at all? Let's see. Single stab wound. Crap, how do I argue this? Okay, let's see. Date, time of day, February 24th, 21st. It's gotta be this. This is probably upside down. That's...
Objection!
What? Oh, come on, but I'm right. I don't have it in the right spot, but I'm right.
Hold it!
Let's see. How did you know? What would SL9 mean, though? SL9.
Hold it!
Just in case I mess up and I don't want to start all the way over. Hopefully it saves like right there.
Objection!
Nope. Ah, fuck. What's contradicting to what she's saying? Like, I'm having so much trouble finding something. Maybe I used it. Wait, I didn't mean to do that.
Objection!
Yeah, skip past all this dialogue. Press the wrong button. Wait, maybe I use this?
Objection!
Nope. Bro. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Okay. See, what's bothering me here is that, like, I got through the last case flawlessly. I found out everything. I didn't need any help, really. But now, I am just absolutely stuck. I don't use a knife here, right? Are you serious? It was right in my face. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunch boxes. Or I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. Okay. If the murder was planned, then Edgeworth would be a part of it because she got the knife out of his trunk. So that's the contradiction there. The bloody murder weapon, the red car, all belongs to the prosecutor there? defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? I mean, prosecutors bad people. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, Rookie? In your testimony, you said that the Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. Huh. However, wait a minute. Oh, crap. I thought I had more time to do this. I mean, I'm not about to end it, but like I do gotta walk away for another second. Um, yeah, we'll be back in a second. Why's my camera still covered up? Is it? Okay, yeah. Well, be back in a second. Ugh. Old Hattie. Oh, hey, it's currently raining outside. Like they say, this is Miyazaki weather. He turned on a Ghibli movie. Why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh, sweating bullets now. The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Order, order, order. They weren't even really saying anything. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. What? What? Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. Really? What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not for such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Sky, murdered a detective with a knife. That's the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. But they kind of are. Really now? Oh, here we go. And I can't mess up. What if I save again? Like, I don't even know where it saves at when I do this. Well, this guy intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife into him again and again. She's lying! She's lying! Move. I don't even need to press. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? If I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense might not cross-present. I got it already. Dude was only stabbed once. Get all this other shit out of the way. Yeah, whatever. Move. I didn't mean to press that. Whatever. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie. I believe what you said was a mere prelude to the story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie. Look, I pressed the wrong button. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bone out of the oven half baked. I don't care. I already know what I'm about to... Don't have to confuse the defense, witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Fuck you. Now, why did you believe the suspect had the intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Whoops. Yeah, again and again. Yeah, stop that. He was only stabbed once. Right? Yep.
Objection!
You said she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing on our feet. Wait, under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this. But take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha. You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. Bro, we shouldn't have continued after she literally said that she had a bias toward prosecutors. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. Stop. What about my objection? No one noticed? Thank you, like I'm the one that called this out. Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Speaking of premeditated, why do you have all these lunches already made? Oh, thanks. I don't believe that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted a knife, I thought it was blood at her breast. She splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly this whole scene was. What?
Hold it!
Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. Jesus Christ! She's right. Miss Scott was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib? That's why this place feels much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I did think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. She's not wearing the scarf right there. However, the autopsy report's clear on this matter. There's only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Star is entirely sure of her own testimony. This is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Star turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Channeling her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. Sometimes it's a It's a scientific fact. I wonder, what depends on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax, and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Okay. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office.
Hold it!
You have no proof that Miss Scott caught him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There's no record of a call made to the defendant on the defendant Miss Lana Sky's phone. She might have written him a letter. Come on, you could have tried public phone first, at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. And she had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think the suspect? Why do you think it was the suspect who was summoned? Wait, what? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor had her grudge against the victim. Why do you think that? What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Get her off the stands, bro. Rookie. I have the lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See, we agreed that there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. First time I'm seeing this, why is this so entertaining? Oh, it's great. Like, I remember, like, as a kid, I knew about this game, but I was like, how is a game about a court case gonna be entertaining? But it is. It's the whole murder mystery thing. That's the thing, like, murder mysteries. And if you like this, I got some movies that they call it like the Knives Out series. Watch Knives Out. It's a fantastic murder mystery movie. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? What? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. What? This judge isn't very good with metaphors. He's not a good judge at all. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Okay, wait a second. Yeah, she's not wearing the scarf in this photo. Hopefully I get this right.
Objection!
Oh, I got it right. Okay, cool. Miss Star. Bitch! The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf from... What are you doing? Like, this is... Are you the are you the defense attorney now? What's happening? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or a muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. He's stealing my whole flow. Huh? But that can't be. Only professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. I called it out! What was my objection? Chopped liver? Thank you! But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Edgeworth is present. Okay, so you know what? What I'm gonna need you to do is actually go back and watch the other streams of like me playing this game, because this Von Karma guy. Forgive me for itching so much. I just do that. But Von Karma was absolutely pissing me off. Like, hang on a second. You don't even got to watch all the streams. I'll tell you which parts to go to. Let me check. Just check in this series. Hold up. Okay, so parts 8 through... Wait. Holy shit. 8 through 13. I might have numbered these wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Because I see I skipped 7. But I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of our testimony. The most important part? Did you read my mind? The part where your sister stabbed the victim. This next testimony might be the moment of truth. Alright, so like once again, since I can't mess up anymore. Oh. Hang on. I don't even know if this will help me, but I gotta save after every little section. Alright, after the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made an escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. There's 2 issues with you saying you ran over and caught her. You're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. Once again, she's making open threats in court. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Venomous, actually. You're supposed to be a scientist. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. I'm not saying that. I'm not about to growl on stream. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. So, like, one thing I immediately have an issue with is her saying that she, like, ran and caught her when she was in parking lot B, but there's a fence in between parking lot A and B. How did you get through the fence? So where is this partition of floor plans? What is a partition? Oh, that. I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? I quickly caught her. Okay, yeah, so like, no. You said quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. We should press her for more details. Yeah, press her. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. Thank you, because there's a fence in between. Like, the lunch lady's car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes? Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. There's a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The Coffee Queen lunch lady athlete, indeed. It was taking her a little time to climb over the fence. So she could have gotten... Wait, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. I hate to give her a point, but she could climb on the back of that van or truck thing there. No, I wonder. So how did this guy not get away? Oh yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean... By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. So she used her cell phone? Indeed. The emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing. Whatever happened to good testifying? You should of course add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. I saw it all. How she tried the phone at the wall but had to use her cell instead. Do you think you relate your testimony, restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I only said this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. How could you have seen that if you were standing on the other side of the wall? She put out her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? It's the wall! Like, come on! The chief prosecutor made an escape. Against Angel Star, resistance is futile. She made to escape? Can you be more specific? She rushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see. Like a dog of lard on a pate of foie gras. What the fuck? Ew. Huh? She threw over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? There was an oil drum lying on the side of the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The other... Ah! The parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries. I'm sure we'll solve a few before finding more, though. So this guy tried to run. I'm sorry, my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. Okay, so like... Hang on. Yeah, it's not happening.
Objection!
Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. It's been obvious that this person since the beginning.
Objection!
Are you about to steal my flow again? The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. I've never seen that word before. Well, who would have thought you would have a... Blah, blah, blah. Who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Do you not hear all this bias, Judge? Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction to your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. But did she do it? Like, what? I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Music's playing. Order, order. What's the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies.
Objection!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you allow me for a question? So this is exactly what lie the witness has told the court. Here's where the counter-attack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... I mean, both of these are options. Oh, God. Please tell me this stage right here, because I literally can't mess up again. Like, I'm on my last. Oh, no, it's where she saw it. Oh, because wait a minute. If she was delivering... Oh, God, hold on. I'm about to, like, switch my screen over so you can see, like, the pointer on my mouse. Hold on. Okay. You can see that. Cool. So, this security room is above all of this. The only way she could see everything is if she was in the security room looking down. Because she said she was delivering lunch to her boyfriend who was in the security room. So with all that going down, who took the picture though? So I'm almost messed up. So she's not lying about what she saw, she's lying about where she saw it. This guy tried to use the emergency phone. That makes sense. Yes, and I got it right. Okay. Miss Guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Shut up, Miles. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Phoenix, you don't say you're lying. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? In the security box, bro. All the testimony we've heard now to the point... Like, all of the... Blah, blah. English. All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where the witness... Wait, from where Miss Star witnessed the crime is the security room.
Take that!
This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security guard room The security guard room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in parking block. What? The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the petition is here. I remember your testimony. You said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend at the security guard room, right? Yes? Well, Miss Star? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, Amanda got the better of Angel Star. Order. Witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I do what I must to make sure the justice prevails. The guilty? She's talking about Miss Sky? Also, I gotta change my thumbnail because the lady in the thumbnail has not been on the witness stand. Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. She doesn't like prosecutors. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Okay, you got a point. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands.
Objection!
It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. Tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. I have no idea. Like, I'm lost now. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must be a vital... Well, it must make a vital difference. But what would she change? What would change? The angle. Because, like, if he was against the trunk of the car when he was getting stabbed, she wouldn't actually be able to see what... Yeah, the angle. Why, the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. I didn't say that with enough umph. The angle? What do you mean? Well... The security guard station is on the second floor. And, she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. And this is important. Why? Perhaps you'd like to reconsider, Mr. Wright? What? No. No. That hurts to see. Oh god, how far back does it put me, please? Oh my god, yes, okay. Saving worked. Holy shit. We could skip all this.
Objection! Objection! Take that!
Oh my god, I'm so glad saving helped me. You know, let me save again. Just because, boy.
Objection!
Just get past all this. Like, come on, yada yada yada. I'm gonna save right here, actually. Alright, so we know what the wrong answer is. Is it difference in lighting? I mean, I have no idea. It's a difference in lighting. Lighting? What does that mean? You think the second? It might have been the second. Yeah, I can tell it's like it's falling apart right in front of me. There we go. Takes time to get down from there. Distance it is. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection!
My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. See, I was cooking for a minute there. Like, the back and forth is crazy. I was messing up at the beginning of the trial. Then I got really good, and now I'm messing up again. So the distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection!
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye? Well, witness, yes. You ordered the squid wheels, right? Now, quit handing boxes. Why was she allowed to bring this much food to court? The quality of my lunch is going from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry? That's not a thing, right? Did they just not want to say boysenberry? Wait. What the hell is boysenberry? Oh. Well, I'll be damned. It actually is a thing. So is poisonberry not a thing? Have I been saying poisonberry wrong my entire life? Oh. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. Black raspberries? See, wait, I looked it up and I saw it was a thing. I didn't look at a picture. Oh, those! Oh my god, I grew up with a tree of these things in my backyard. We used to eat them all the time. Bruh. I just didn't know the name of them. I used to eat these things religiously. Okay. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass wall station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. By the way, those are like those are what taught me that I need to like wash off fruits. Because me and my brothers, we literally like just go and pick them off the tree and just eat them like straight off the tree. But then one day, I looked at them and I saw like these little super tiny green bugs crawling around them. See, I was eating those bugs for God knows how long, and you know, that's what we learned to wash off fruits, especially if you pick them yourself. But and before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked and I couldn't open it. Girl, ain't no way you ran all the way around there, took a picture, and then caught her. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in block B, or B block. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there who, in the defendant's chair, who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. You have evidence of her. That might be the jam from what she gave her boyfriend. It's a black and white photo. That's the jam. That's not blood. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention. Sporks kind of suck, I'm not gonna lie. Would you like another caviar lunch? Bribery. Absolutely. I hate this man. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do you have any evidence to stop this? Yes, she just gave the evidence.
Objection!
5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. I've got lunchboxes of the Thai pasta in the knots, rookie. What? A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't... But you have the instincts of a killer. But you would run. But this was different. Miss Guy dawdled in the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Okay, I'm about to theorize something. Maybe the window in the guard station can open, and she dropped the jam from the window onto, I forgot the defendant's name, onto her shoulder, then ran around to get the picture. Because the dude was, she killed the man. Oh my god, bro. If I'm right, this is going to be crazy. She killed him, put him in the trunk of the car, put the jam on her shoulder from upstairs, ran around so she could get in the car and like open the trunk. She got a picture of her opening the trunk and seeing the dead body. This has to be what happened. Well then, it seems to come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. She killed the man. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated the witness on account of her possession. Blah, blah, blah. What? I appear to have overestimated the witness on account of her professional history. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the Caulfield Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Mr. Edgeworth, you would have excluded was right. No, I already said I don't want that. That's when she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? Oh, she offered it to him. I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? You've done nothing but lie since you got here. You're the killer. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies. We have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo, a triple decker. He is about to... Judge, please. Out of difference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. You son of a bitch. Let's hear about... This man is taking bribes! No, let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. Where's she gonna pull out her lunchbox this time? He needs to lose his job immediately. He folded under zero pressure. Right? This could be an empty box. He just... I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? I've already determined that that's jam. It's not blood. 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection!
Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with the evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1: no evidence shall be shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Didn't you pull up a second autopsy report in the first case, Nick? Whatever. No, wait, that was probably approved by the cops. But, is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police departments of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Wait a minute. I think she just lied again. God. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth's looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet to find a... Wait. It seems you have yet another court... Blah. It seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. I bet Skye, stole her boyfriend or something. Victim shoe added to the court records. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Tired of cross-examining. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank seems like means nothing. And then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of wild lot known as prosecutors. Falsifying evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This one, the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. Right, like I want to start streaming Pragmata. Is it Pragmata? Pragmata, I think I said that right, but I want to stream the game. Okay. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. When I bring this up. And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful when I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. The shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed the valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now, tell us what you did next. Okay. So you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence, then in court you need approval. Yeah, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little clue because she used to be a detective. She doesn't appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, that man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the Detective Goodman? As I said, there are 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood matched that of the defendant, Miss Lara Scott. Why would her blood be on the shoe? You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie. Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types: A, B, O, or AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether the murder was committed in cold blood. Phoenix. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types for the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow down any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I heard. That's pretty specific. For a little more time, I've gotten DNA test results. But they said there was little doubt that it could be anyone but Miss Lara Skies. So the suspect's blood was found in the victim's shoe. That ties it directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. She proves it, it's flawless, decisive evidence. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Can we get her lunchbox away from her, please? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like the client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? I gotta say there's a problem. if I'm not imagining things, I said there's one critical evidence. Wait, what? Nah. One critical problem with this evidence: a clear contradiction. Judge is on bulk with this much food. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a pepper fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's see what Mr. Wright has to say. What's contradicting about the victim's shoe? So what's the problem with the evidence? Well, I mean, it's right there. She wouldn't have stepped in blood, right? Right? It's gotta be. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. She keeps threatening me, Judge. Come on. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about... Wait, the blood on the bottom of this shoe? It's not even the same shoe she's wearing. The problem lies in the footprint. Oh, and I guess she's like not stepping in blood. But like that's not the same shoe. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found on the scene of the crime? I did not draw that conclusion. Aha! Let me save again. I'm going by on the skin of my teeth. Okay. As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
Objection!
The picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Objection!
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and we found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order. Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but isn't it due to the lack of footprints? It's a contradiction. But then we have to ask, why there wasn't a footprint? It's a different shoe. Is nobody paying attention to that? Oh, that's true. That's the reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. She pressed tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, she drove an oil drum. She's beautiful but deadly, a predator this one, a leopard woman. I'm not saying that last word. I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chick to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness. Well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What's that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Oh my god, they're gonna say it's to wash away the footprints. Ah, you don't mean... Yes, the suspect seized over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would have become evidence against her. I feel like there still would have been blood on the floor. Like, come on now. That ties up things quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she ducked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't it say that she cut herself when she stabbed him? Shit. So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe. Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But... enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecutor's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. Did I just lose again? Oh, thank God. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, you are. You're saying that my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait. Witness, don't tell me you have something else.
Objection!
The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you'll be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare me. Don't scare the cough up queen. Look at this. A photograph. That's his shoe! Wait! Hold on. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the witness shoe didn't... Wait, that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. What? I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Working blast stretched the doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. Did she say it was the victim's shoe before? I want to go back and stream, but I could have sworn she said it was like... It was the suspect's shoe. Oh, it does say victim shoe. Okay. So me calling out the different shoe color was just me not paying attention. Oops. Right, immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Oh, you thought so too? Okay, I was like, yeah, wait a minute. What? Okay. I guess I couldn't help after all. I don't know if I should save here or not. It's not your fault. I know I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. Until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for the good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can I hand out my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? I think I know what he's about to say. No, it can't. Then it would be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah. I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. Okay, so this is definitely the report I can say. I suppose since we're this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. It's the shoe itself. Or is it the muffler? Or something? See, oh my god, okay, because like, she said when she arrested Miss Sky said something about muffler. There's something in the muffler right now. I gotta go back in the stream to see what, like, was it the left or right shoe? Because I swear what I was holding in evidence was a left shoe. But what's on the ground there is a right shoe. And I can't, like... Hang on. I mean... Yeah, the blood splat's on the same side, but like it's either the shoe or the muffler. I'm going for the shoe. Well, it's probably here, don't you think? I just fucked up. As your elder, Mr. Wright, let me give you a piece of advice. When you point at something, at least remember to keep your eyes open. Or at least trying to say that no one's falling. Okay, so... Like, am I tripping, though? Is that not a I swear, it changed from the picture. So that's a right shoe. But in the picture, it looks like a left shoe. That's not on me. I'm right. Alright, so I gotta pick the muffler then. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. What? The muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. How did he not know that? Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see. And I see. What's that suspiciously claw sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? Okay, hold on. See, like, what muffler article of clothing are they talking about? The judge is slow. He is. But like, hang on. Listen, I like doing this. We're gonna look at this together. But like, what is a muffler clothing? Like, I've never heard of somebody saying they're wearing a muffler. A scarf. I have never heard a scarf be called a muffler. Okay. Whatever. You either are, yeah, it's like this is like well, maybe they say that in Japan, I don't know. So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Star, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? I was not supposed to be playing this game for 2 hours. It snuck up on me. Let's see what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of clothing in the muffler is related to the case. Alright. I'm so glad I saved right there, too. Oh, well, there we go. It's that. Miss Star, recall your testimonies for the court. Oh, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's why she had me confess in my earlier... Blah. That's what she had me confess... Blah. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. I've said it before in previous streams. I'm not gonna read all the guffaw they do, like all the I'm not doing all that. But could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. See, you like that? I'm not reading that. Like that's. I'm not giving this game the effort to do a Power Ranger scream. Just, like, no. Well, it seems to we have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I think you killed this dude. I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered, here we do a if we leave any question unanswered, here we do a disservice to the law. Have the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Whew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now. This court will adjourn for 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. You've already eaten like 8 lunches, dude. He's still hungry? Oh dear God, I was going through it in that one. All right. No. So, like, y'all give me a minute. Because, like I said, I do want to... Somebody requested that I play this, so I am about to play this. So, I'm going to take a few minutes, come back. We're going to stream Pragmata, however you say it. Because I've been seeing this little girl dancing on every bit of social media that I have. So... I need to see what all the hype is about this game. So, like I said, we're just going to take a few minutes off, and we're going to start streaming this. So, thank you all for tuning in. For those who watched the video, I appreciate you just as much. Make sure you check out the 3 links in the description down below. There's my brother's channel. Go check him out, show him some love. There's a Discord we're running. It's a little community we're building that you can join and talk to us in. You can suggest games like this was suggested, and what we just got done playing was suggested. And, you know, it just makes you more part of the streams, part of the community, and part of the fun. And there's a link for donations if you want to support the channel that way. It's called Coffee. So, that being said, leave a like. Oh, that was the ending. Like, it said to be continued. So, like, hang on. So, did the game close? What? Did I close the game? So, like, that was the ending for that episode. And that's why I said to be continued at the bottom. Because it's gonna take like another 2 hours to get past the next part of the case. So, like I said, we'll be back on this next week. Yeah, like we'll be back on this Monday. But yeah, so yeah, everybody leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can join us in this many other awesome adventures. I will see you all in a few minutes because, like I said, I'm about to stream this. So, gotta do my usual outro. Hope you all have an awesome night. Been your boy. Good night, but not goodbye.